We're back. It's Wednesday the 8th. So in Melbourne yesterday, it was a public holiday. So I was here on the Monday, did all the works, and then left it on back for, the Tuesday, and now it's Wednesday morning. Anyone who lives in Melbourne would have known that the last 2 days here, we've just been like on and off thunderstorms and rain, and I was confident in what I had done to like make this as watertight as I possibly could, but also, you know, if there's enough rain, water just finds a way. So I was a bit worried. Just, you know, in the back of my mind, I was just like, man, I hope the back pump's still running. Anyway, it is. And I'll throw up a little screen grab of the micron reading, but it's pulled down to about 165 microns, which I am absolutely wrapped with, man. Honestly, it is, it's so good to see that. Just more confirmation, you know what I mean, that we've repaired the leak, and you know, you do your pressure test, but also, you know, your vac is another confirmation of that you're airtight. Anyway, so we're here today to obviously fill up this with refrigerant. Again, like I said in the last video, I don't know exactly what the charge should be. I've placed a call into Mitsubishi. I'm hoping they'll get back to me. I think that might say like 48 point something, 410 added, but it's faded and I can't really. So yeah, I'm going to try to place a call into Mitsubishi. So we'll work out the refrigerant charge. I've also got to go change the dip switch on that branch box as well. So that's happening today. The location for the branch box though is a bit of a problem. It's in someone's bathroom, like the access to it is in someone's bathroom. So for whatever reason they've put it there. Anyway, so yeah, we will jump into it, man. It's such a lovely day today too, but even today I think they said later on this afternoon there's supposed to be more thunderstorms, so yeah. This is our branch box here. You can see there that SW4 switch, set of zip switches, that 6 needs to be on, and that'll let this branch box know that 10 to 14 kilowatt range is twin ported. So we'll just go ahead and change that. Done. Now that branch box is set, we are going to do a little decay test. Again, I'm sure this is going to be absolutely fine. And then while I'm waiting for that to happen, I am going to set up my gauges for charging. So decay test held fine. So now what I'm going to do, similar to what I did with those Dakins, I'm going to close off this valve here, and I'm going to send the refrigerant the long way around. So we're just getting set up now. But yeah, close off this port, send the refrigerant the long way and charge it that way. Alrighty, closed, all purged, teared off, and we are ready to go. Let's go. Fucking A, man. Come on. That's so frustrating. All right, ended up having to open that up because obviously it was just pissing out gas. Man, you see so many of these things leak, eh? It's such a pain. Anyway, we are in the process of charging. Still just going through the one side. We'll wait to see when it starts coming back up on this side. Chucking in the second bottle now. Third bottle on now, charging up slowly. So we've got about 30 kilos in there at the moment, so that's basically what I took out. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my MNet tool, hook up into the system, and then we might go into that refrigerant check mode, whatever it's called. I'll put up a screen grab so you can see what it is I'm talking about. But yeah, we're going to go get set up on that now. So we're plugged in with the maintenance tool. We're just going to jump on and have a look. It's probably been about 20 minutes since I've added the 30. Just trying to let it all settle down before I try to do anything. And then I'm going to place another call back into Mitsubishi to suss out if they do have this one on file. Again, doubtful, but worth the call. Okay, here we go. So as we can see, I've got these things obviously in stop. I did for a while there have it in fan mode, just so they still had airflow while I'd isolated the outdoors, just in case, you know, that was going to help in any way. They ended up shutting that down anyway, so that's fine. But yeah, we'll just quickly have a quick look and make sure everything looks okay. And then again, I'm going to place that call into Mitzi. No go with Mitzi. They don't have the data on file. So having a chat to the guy, he's the commissioning tech for Victoria, having a chat about the way I can go about it. So what we're going to do today, so he's not in the office, what I'm going to do is I'm going to gather all the details. So he's obviously got the sizes, the capacity size of the indoor, the size of the branch box, and just like a rough guide on the pipes. I'm going to send that all across to him. He can do like a rough calculation, and he reckons he should be able to get within 90 to 95% correct charge based off that. But that doesn't help me today. So what we're going to do today is we're going to use the maintenance tool. We're going to slowly charge, and I'm going to try to get it roughly close to where I think it should be. So we're going to put this into a forced cooling test, and from that I'll be able to kind of, you know, treat it essentially like any refrigeration system, right? Again, with these, they'll obviously ramp the compressor up and down to match the demand, or what their suction and condensing temperatures are trying to be. So we'll keep that in mind as well. But we should be able to get it pretty close, I think. So I currently got about 30 in here. We might end up getting up around the 40 mark. We'll see how we go. All right, we've got the bottom cover on now, so we're going to force this thing into a forced cooling. It's 25 degrees here, I reckon. So we are, all right, let's jump in. I'm gonna go drive operation. Actually, one second. Okay, hearing the valves click. Master unit's just kicked on now. Wait for this to load up. All right, we've just started to get some data come through now. Still waiting for that slave unit to turn on. The slave's turned on now. So right now, only our slave unit is running, but we keep, like, obviously it's low on gas, so what happens is it keeps like faulting out on like high pressure drop or stuff like that. I'll try to catch it when it next comes up. But I've been adding a little bit of gas while that one's running, and the frequency on that one keeps climbing. So I'll go back and I'll show you later. But I'm just adding a little bit of gas, and then the frequency on that one just keeps climbing. I still yet to get this one to run, and it definitely should be, because our capacity code, obviously, we're calling for a full cool call, because we've obviously got it in a cool test. So keep adding gas until this one starts, and then I reckon we'll let it settle, and we'll monitor everything from there. So currently that's at 0, so this system's trying to maintain a 0 evaporator temp. So do you hear the frequency of that compressor drop? Yeah, basically, it kind of realizes that it's getting low, and then it'll drop that frequency back, right? And because it's doing that, it's trying to maintain that 0 evaporator temp essentially. So the system knows what's going on. It'll ramp the compressor down until it maintains the pressures it wants. So we're trying to, because we know we're after a full cool call, we want to see that frequency be a lot higher than what it is now. You can see there our indoor evaporator superheats are quite high. But on the plus side, all of our solenoids are now open fully. So both 1 and 2 there on that 14 kilowatt indoor, that's open. So dip switch setting worked, which is good. Now I just got 5 kilos in there. Just heard the frequency increase again. So we're getting there. Master's just turned back on again. So yeah, okay, there we go. Both systems are now running, and it's trying to maintain a 0. No. I've just added another 220. Again, at this point now, we're just going to really start metering it in. So I just looked into the manual. The highest frequency that the 350 can get is 95 hertz, and the 300 is 75 hertz. So yeah, we're working our way. We're just down to vapor on this fourth bottle. So I don't know, who knows, maybe it is 48, we'll see. And you can see our frequency, you probably just heard that as well. So frequency of the compressors are jumping up. So F is total frequency of the system, FOC is master frequency, FOS is slave frequency. So again, that one number is 74, is the highest it can go, and that's 95. So yeah, we're making our way there. Still trying to maintain 0, so yeah. Fourth bottle's now ready to go. Also see that our superheat numbers down here are starting to look pretty good too for our indoors. So aiming for around that 5K mark. I started to notice that some of the rooms are actually getting down to about 17.5 degrees. So I flicked this thing back over to run on its own accord. So we're now just running in cooling mode. So you can see there, running in cooling mode. And I'm now just kind of monitoring general system operation. Get this cover on soon because it's vibrating the shit out. There you go. Anyway, so we're just going to keep monitoring it now, running just in cooling mode. You can see those room temps there. That TH1, that's our return air sensor. Those have bumped up now. So that's 02 and 03. We're basically down to about 17.5. Now we should see them start to come on soon. So again, room temps are rising, so we should see that those LEVs open up to start cooling soon. Currently we've got about 41 kilos in there, and at the moment, yeah, we might add a little bit more. We'll keep looking. So we've been running on our own accord for a while now. This thing's obviously, it's doing its job, it's cooling the space and everything, but what I'm just looking at really are my discharge superheats here. That's a bit high. I think 45 is the limit. That accumulator inlet temp 2 is still a bit high for my liking. So what I'm doing while I'm doing this, obviously just monitoring the frequency. So I'm going up in like 500 gram increments. I'm up to about 42 now, 42 kilos. And I'm just monitoring as well to make sure I'm not overcharging. So that says 42, so it's trying to maintain a 42 condensing temp. So you can see there it's 42.6, pretty good. And our fan's only running at 61%. So I'm just trying to keep a general eye to make sure that I'm not getting to a point where I feel like I'm overcharging. I think I'm close, but like I said, these numbers have been coming down, but I just like to see them come a bit lower. And obviously going with the discharge superheat, so TH4 there and TH4 up there as well are the discharge temperatures, which in cooling probably should be lower than that. So I don't think anything over 90 in cooling is if you're over 90, I mean, you're probably looking at still being slightly undercharged. So yeah, we'll keep adding. So I actually found a little document in the service manual. I'll throw a screen grab up now, but basically says, so inlet superheat, anything below 20 is okay. Discharge temps, anything below 95 is okay. So that kind of gives us a pretty good guide, I guess, to go off. And if we scroll down here too, you can kind of see TH1's like our return air thermistor, so they're all looking really nice in there. Went through in there and it feels pretty lovely in there. But yeah, we'll keep monitoring. We've still got a little time left in the day, so I'm just going to keep monitoring this. But we have added about 47. So if you kind of like look up there, you kind of see this is 48.09, 410 added. Thankful for the light, I guess. But so we've added 47. I reckon that's probably going to do us, to be honest with you. Just looking at those numbers, I'm happy with this, man. So accumulator inlets have kind of stabilized out. It kind of fluctuates between like 15K and like 20K. So I'm happy with that. Discharge superheats, I would say it's still a little high, but if it's saying that manual saying that anything under 95 is okay, then I'm okay with that. And honestly, like, look at that. We're looking very, very good here. Yeah, I'm happy. So I'm gonna start packing up now. Like I said, this thing has almost reached set point for all of the systems. Some of them are pretty large areas, so I'd probably hover around that 22 to 23 mark for a while, but everything's looking really good. I'm really, really, really happy with how this job's gone. It's been an absolutely massive effort. But I hope you've enjoyed watching it. So, finishing just in time too. Looks like we've got another thunderstorm coming in, so perfect.